My favorite Camp Mishitanki memory by Anna Katita. So, every summer since I was 9, I attended a special summer camp for kids like me. This haven is called Camp Mishitanki. This camp has been made for children between the ages of 8 through 16 who have had an organ transplant of any kind. This camp is in the middle of Michigan, supported by a full staff of doctors and nurses that could help with any medical problems that one of us kiddos were bound to get ourselves into. The medical staff also made sure to give us daily checkups and distribute our pills to us every morning and evening. As you could probably guess, Camp Mishitanki was a week-long sleepaway camp. We slept in rustic-style cabins with bunk beds. At Camp Mishitanki, there were many fun activities to do. Throughout my 7 years attending camp, I was able to make a whole bunch of memories that would last a lifetime. Riding horses around a field, climbing the top of a 60-foot rock wall as my cabin mates cheered me on, catching my first fish, dancing the evening away at the end of camp dance, staying up late while chatting with the girls in my cabin, and much, much more. All these experiences and the community I built up over the years made me the woman that I am today. While I had many blissful memories from my numerous years at that camp, there is one memory in particular that I love to remember. It was the summer of 2013, a few months shy of my 13th birthday, and it was my 4th year at camp. It was the typical summer. I had ridden on the hay-ride style tractor that sent us down to the cabins. I had scanned the tractor for any of my friends or counselors from previous years, and I remember being giddy with excitement. That excitement only blossomed when I took my luggage down to my cabin and spotted one of my greatest friends, Anna, who attended camp with me, except I knew her long before I started going to camp. Anna was a liver transplant kid like me. We ended up in the same hospital together, and my mom befriended her mom. We ended up being stuck to each other like sisters ever since then. It turned out that the two of us were in the same cabin and we hugged in celebration. We went into the cabin and set up our beds while we waited for other girls to join us. Then time went on and it was time for our first cabin meeting with everyone together. We covered the basics, making up cabin rules, playing icebreakers, etc. But then the real fun began. You see, there's a long-standing tradition at Camp Mishitanki. Your cabin has to come up with a cabin name and then perform a short song/theme song for the entire camp at the opening bonfire. So our cabin started to brainstorm what we wanted our name to be. After a few minutes, we asked what organ each girl received. And here is the interesting part. We were all liver transplant recipients. And then that's when it clicked for our cabin. We decided that we wanted to be the Liver Sisters. And just like that, we had all signed a giant banner with the name written in big block letters. We had all signed the banner and designed it ourselves with cute little drawings. Our theme song was We Are Family, with a big difference in the lyrics. Instead of saying, I've got all my sisters in me, we sang, I've got all my liver sisters with me. That evening always sticks with me to this day. We did a hilarious kickline type of dance and sang off-key together as we celebrated our similarities with a camp that cheered us on. Growing up, this camp became my second home. I'd never felt as though I fit in my community, especially since I was bullied until I hit middle school. Camp Mishitanki was the place where we could all relate to each other. All of us had our lives saved by a selfless donor. All of us had giant scars from our life-saving procedures. All of us had organ transplants of some kind. At Camp Mishitanki, I felt as though I truly belonged. Not that my life outside of camp wasn't nice, but no one in school could relate to having a life-saving organ donation. As I grew up, Camp Mishitanki was the place where I felt as though I truly belonged when I was still struggling to find my place in the world. Today, I am unfortunately too old to attend the camp, but I still treasure the memories that I made there. While it's been a few years since that year at camp, I am proud to still call myself a liver sister to this day. And that is the end. Thank you for watching. The source is obviously me, and the photos are courtesy of my mom's Facebook.